successful, even on the coaching front, right? It put coaches to really have to be on their game, watching what they're doing. We made some adjustments to put us in position in the fourth quarter to win. But again, we just didn't finish the deal.
Was Capuccio's speed a concern coming in?
Number 20? I mean, he's a good football player. There's no question about it. I mean, he's definitely a talented kid. But I mean, we've been playing talented kids all year, so right. I think we have kids that can match his speed. I wasn't stressed about that. I think at the end of the day, they do a nice job as a team, right? If you look at them compared to a lot of guys, I mean, teams that we've played so far, I mean, they're a complete team, right? And that's the difference. It's not one player, and they're great coached. I mean, they do a lot of good things.
The last touchdown you guys had to go up 19-13, was there any thought to kick it there, or was it 2-point all the way?
Yeah, we just haven't had, if you've been following us, we haven't had success kicking. So, again, I had to make a choice there on again, risk it, or I felt pretty good, to be honest with you. I mean, we walked in the end zone the play before. So, for me, it's a no-brainer to try to go for that, knowing our kicking situation. But in the same respect, again, we drive down, we're managing the clock well in the fourth quarter, right? We get in the red zone. Again, we get 2 opportunities to get 2 yards. Again, if you're a championship football team that's going to be able to play in big games, you need to be able to get 2 yards in 2 plays, right? And we didn't. So, I mean, again, hats off to them. And then they got an opportunity, and again, we had some breakdowns. But again, for me, it's the same thing. At a minute 30, we get the ball back. We're driving the field. I mean, those kids were confident. Again, it's just we didn't execute.
Well, first loss of the year for you guys. I mean, can this be kind of a silver lining for you guys to work on some things and come back even stronger next week?
100%. I mean, I think the thing here is that, again, my whole coaching experience is you have to lose to win, right? I mean, but I do, up to this point, to be brutally honest, I really feel like our success hasn't changed our practice mentality, right? I thought we've practiced very well, regardless of what our record's saying, and they've been super hungry every week to get better. So, for me, I think sometimes these things, again, are a good reality check. Everything that we want is in front of us, right? It obviously is devastating to players, to the fans, to the coaches, but again, we need to learn from it, just like we learn even when we're winning, right? We have to learn from the things we did bad and the things that we did good, and we're gonna be able to pull those things from this game as well.
This team is Winthrop's been a big play kind of team. You know what I mean? This year, make touchdowns on big plays. Yeah. How did you approach that? I mean, it's one of those things. You stop them and stop them and stop them, and then all of a sudden, after 10 plays, something happens.
Yeah, no, and again, some of this is it gets back to coaching, right? So if you look at some of those big plays, they're setting those big plays up, right? So a subtle thing where I'll give you an example where they're influencing our D tackle because they're running a lot of outside plays, right? So our tackle's watching that and playing it, right? And then they just run inside. So they don't even need to block that kid. He's being influenced, right? So, some of the stuff is that they do a good job setting things up. And again, those big plays happen because of good play calling.